Delighted to be joined in the studio by Greg Swenson once again. He's chairman of Republicans Overseas UK. Very good morning to you. Of course, we're going to see a very senior Republican overseas tonight, and that is Donald Trump. He's going to be arriving
slightly
in
bigger.
Stansted. Yes, slightly, but higher in the pay grade. But he's going to be arriving at Stansted Airport. He's going to be greeted by the King, taken to Windsor, and then all the pomp and ceremony, the stuff he really wants, that expected the Garden, or that is going to be taking place tomorrow. We are told, though, certainly in terms of security, huge. I mean, the level of security that any political leader gets, but certainly for Donald Trump, it's off the scale. He brings the beast, the big limo with him and the like. He's been kept away largely from the public, but we're told in the wake of the tragic killing of Charlie Kirk, a big MAGA influencer, big Trump supporter and aide, that the security is now gone up another level.
Yeah, it's definitely, I imagine, elevated, but it really started to elevate after Butler, Pennsylvania. I mean, I went to Turnberry and it was full lockdown. I mean, just to get through security took an hour. You know, they check the car, they take all your luggage out, go through your bag. I mean, it's pretty intense. Got to keep, hands out of your pockets. I mean, it's pretty intense.
Yeah. Okay. So, I mean, he's going to be, meeting with the King, with the Queen and Prince William and Kate. Of course, he's very, very excited about having the glamour there as well. He knows he wants the attention, he wants the publicity. But it's all come at rather a difficult time, has it not, in relation in particular to the withdrawal of our UK ambassador to the United States, Lord Mandelson, over specifically his close friendship with the paedophile billionaire late Jeffrey Epstein. But of course, Donald Trump was also very friendly with him. What do you make of how damaging that is for not just Keir Starmer, but also for Donald Trump?
Well, I think very little for the president. I think the King had a good point. It's bad timing or inconvenient timing or whatever he said.
That's rather inconvenient.
Yeah, I mean, but look, it's apples and oranges, right? I mean, the president, like many people, was friends with,
What's not to like about the billionaire Jeffrey Epstein now, who throws good parties?
And had a nice jet, I'm told. So I think it's not perfect, but I can guarantee you this: if there was anything unseemly in the records or the Epstein files about President Trump, the Democrats and the compliant media would have leaked it last October.
Okay, we were told, Again, Donald Trump said he was going to release the Epstein files and then has chosen not to. That, of course, that's created an awful lot of conspiracy theories. There's no doubt at all they knew each other. There were big names on the New York, rich people scene. Of course they knew each other. Yeah. He claims that he didn't write this birthday book, this drawing with his signature, Donald Trump, as the pubic hair of a naked woman. He claims this is all a lie. But look, Donald Trump, with all due respect, he lies 5 times before breakfast and doesn't even know about it.
It's hyperbole sometimes.
Let's call it hyperbole, but come on. But he says, look, he fell out with Jeffrey Epstein many years ago over him poaching staff from Mar-a-Lago, including, we're told, Virginia Roberts became Virginia Giuffre. I mean, how long ago was he friends with him? Yeah,
I think it was, I can't remember the year exactly, but well before Epstein was indicted and tried in Florida, well before that, he had actually thrown him out of the club. Yeah. And so
that's the cut-off point. They're friends, but as soon as all this stuff came to light, they were no longer friends. Yeah. So do you think is Donald Trump and his team, are they worried about this being a big issue in the news while he is here?
Sure. I mean, if it's a distraction, yes. And I think if he, probably he was going to get asked about it in press conferences, and maybe he just says next topic, or maybe he addresses it quickly, but it's surely a distraction.
And there won't be a press conference until the Thursday evening. It's all the ceremony in Windsor on pretty much entirely on Wednesday, and then big banquet and deliberately to keep away from sort of London protesters, much easier to control around Windsor. And then on Thursday he's meeting with the Prime Minister at Chequers. We're hoping there's going to be some deals, trade going to be talked about, AI and the like. What are we hoping to get out of this on either side?
I mean, we haven't really seen much, and I think they're waiting for that kind of announcement. Maybe they'll do a little press release beforehand, but I think that the president just wants to talk about trade, maybe more details on the trade deal. So this is an opportunity for him to enjoy the pageantry and the excitement, but then maybe get down to business at Chequers. And I think, you might expect some discussions or criticisms from the president or the vice president about free speech, about the boats, about electricity costs here, and those aren't, you know, out of contempt or you know, the big brother yelling at the little brother. They really care about this country. I mean, it's our closest ally, and it's our
he
closest
is a big
friend.
Anglophile, isn't he?
And he's a huge Anglophile. He loves this
I
place.
don't know what the equivalent of Scottishophile is. I don't know, but there we are. One final thing. I mean, he's not going to be spending. I mean, I think he's staying at Wingfield House, isn't he? The ambassador's residence, great security there. That's in London. Last time he was actually staying in London. I always know when he's there because I get the helicopters going over my garden. Very noisy. But Sadiq Khan, the London mayor, then still the London mayor, they had a battle of words. In fact, I think they had a battle of words on social media before they'd even got off the plane. But he gave permission for there to be this huge, big baby blimp in Parliament Square. Are we expecting protests like that?
I don't think so. And if there are, you know, who cares? It's nonsense, and I don't think it bothers the president. And you know, look, what happened in Turnberry was phenomenal. The lefty media was covering the protests, which are typically paid protesters and agitators backed by Soros. That's just me. But they didn't report on the absolute crowds that were cheering him between the airport and the Turnberry Club. People on the streets, totally unorganized, just, you know,
turning up,
walking out of their homes and going to the street to cheer him on.
Well, we shall see what happens. He's arriving tonight. Greg Swenson, really appreciate you joining us. I hope you get to go to some of the banquets and some of the parties you invited to. Anything?
All of them.
Well played, sir. Well played.